Hello, good afternoon. I'm going to be a little bit quiet, please. And I give you now our president, Mr. George Astros, in order to initiate the process. If we can please sit down and be quiet, so we'll have a few speeches and a presentation. And obviously we are recording for Hellenic TV, so okay, thank you very much, Mr. Astros.
Good afternoon and welcome to celebrate 150 years of the Greek community in Cardiff and the surrounding areas. On behalf of my church committee, parishioners and myself, it is a real privilege and great honour to welcome the Lord Lieutenant, the Right Honourable Lord Mayor of Cardiff, Councillor Babylon Moore, His Grace Bishop Iakovos of Claudio Polis, High Commissioner of the Republic of Cyprus, Mr. Andreas Gabriels, Mr. and Mrs. Fagios, the Roman Catholic Archbishop Martin II, who attended the service, and apologies that couldn't be here after proceedings. And Bishop Barry Morgan, the same, who attended the service but could not be here for the proceedings. Mr. Stephen Doherty, local MP, Father Daniel of Blind Festignon, the Russian Orthodox priest, the Councillor of Priests, Mr. Christos Goulas, Cyprus Education Mission and Director, Chair Mrs. Maria No, our neighbour, Mrs. Nikki Pritchard, Head Teachers of Mary School, Mr. and Mrs. Nicopatis, President of the Greek School, Mr. Gurmit Randhawa, President of the Sikh Gurdwara Cardiff. He was at the church but gave his apologies and couldn't attend the after proceedings. Mr. Surinder Channa, Vice Chair of the ICW, and her husband. Mr. R. Abdelhada, Chairman of the Iraqi Christian Association of Wales, and his wife. Mr. Lerner, Cardiff Reformed Synagogue, and his wife, Lady Stratton and children. I'd like to say to you that I was born in Cardiff, and recently I celebrated my 70th birthday. My brother, Andreas, the Greek church treasurer, who is 1 year older than me, was also born in Cardiff, and we are the first generation of Greek Cypriots. The majority of the Greek community are Greek Orthodox, but after the Second World War, Greek Catholics, many from Corfu, arrived in Cardiff. Also, there were mixed marriages between the Greek Orthodox and Catholic. Another family I'd like to mention is the Fagios family. Records show that the Fagios family started its journey as master mariners and owners of the sailing vessels in the mid-19th century. The experience gained throughout these years have been successfully incorporated into their present-day ship management services offered by the Fagios Shipping SA. In 1863 was the beginning of the Fagios family journey in shipping. In 1902, the family buys its first steamship, named Bosphorus. In 1934, establishment of Meandros Ship Stores Limited in Cardiff. In 1946, establishment of Hellenic Maritime Agency, INC, in New York. 1948, established Fagios Limited in London, UK. In 1968, establishment of Fagios Shipping SA in Port of Piraeus, Athens, Greece. Today, the Fagios specialises in the management of dry bulk carriers and providing a wide range of services. The 6th and 7th generation of Fagios family is presently involved in the business, while most of them are also actively involved in industry organisations. The Fagios family no longer live in Cardiff, but they support the Greek Church in Cardiff, and we are all grateful. Besides the Greek community of celebrating 150 years in Cardiff, the Fagios are celebrating 160 years in shipping. Congratulations. Another person I had the pleasure of working with in the Greek Orthodox Church Committee is the late Captain Lazaros Berdigis, the father of our Vice Chairman of the Greek Trustees, Professor Nicholas Berdigis. I remember stories that Captain Beveridge told him. One was Aristotle Onassis, docked at Cardiff with one of his ships, and he got off the ship and enjoyed Cardiff with his friends, including the late Lazarus Beveridge. Also, Lazarus Beveridge was the Greek treasurer for a long time. I knew him, and he worked for the benefit of the church, what an honest, true gentleman he was. Another person you should remember is my uncle Michael Asprue, who emigrated into Cardiff from Cyprus in 1950 and started the grocery business before launching the holiday firm in 1970. I also remember the priest at the time, Father Spiro. As an altar boy, he sent me to go to my uncle's shop to get the bread for the church for Sunday service. My uncle was also involved with the Greek Orthodox Church and paid for the new dome of the church. Not only did he support the Greek Orthodox, he also supported other churches like St. John's Church in Cardiff. My uncle is the father to Dimitri Asprue, the current secretary of the trustee. There are other people. There's one in the room now, Senios Philippou. He worked very hard for the school, the Greek Orthodox Church as well. There are many other people of this standard. There's too many to name. This will take me ages to go through the list. We are very grateful for these kind of people, the support of the Greek community in Cardiff. God bless them all. I would also like to thank Andrew Davis for donating recently shares to the Greek Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas to the value of approximately £17,000. Finally, I want to thank the subcommittee of Father Nicholas Price, Father Anastasio Salabadas from Bristol, Michael Arabis, the Vice President, who worked with me to prepare the programme brochure you all have this evening. For hard work and time given. Will you have a good time and enjoy the day? Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I don't know if you can hear me, otherwise I will not use the microphone. It's a pleasure to see you all here today. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us here today on this very momentous occasion for the history of our community. It's the 150th anniversary, as you may know, so I know it has been a long day, so the reason that it has taken a long time, my apologies for that. So I will proceed now with a presentation about the history of our community. In order to make it more enjoyable for you, I will let you know that there are plenty of photographs that will be seen in succession, so you will be able to see how the church was, how the community was, how the many people who are not even with us today were even in their younger years. And so initially we will start obviously with some information about who we are and what we do. Okay. So here in Wales, in South Wales, we have an estimated 3,000 people Greek descent. Some are from Greece, like myself. Others are from the Republic of Cyprus, and obviously many people are actually British born and bred here in the UK, of Greek or Greek Cypriot ancestry. Here in Wales, there is an estimated number of 2,000 Greek citizens, and 1,000 of them are here in Cardiff. Our community was founded from Greek sailors back in 1873, and many Greek shipping magnates and very famous firms that actually live and exist in London. They can trace their origins here in Cardiff before they relocated to London, especially after the Second World War. So at the bedrock, of course, of our community is our church, which was built in 1906 and has been serving the Holy Liturgy uninterruptedly ever since. You've had the pleasure and joy, all of you, to see it here today. It's a Grade II listed building and one of the 5 purpose-built Greek Orthodox churches in the UK. In the UK, we have around 120 Greek Orthodox communities, and we are one of the very few that have a purpose-built church. And all the church, obviously, all the communities are under the auspices of the Archdiocese of Thyatira and the Great Britain. So the church was renovated massively back in the period of 2000 to 2002, but as you can appreciate, as an old building has been undergoing repairs and conservation works all the time. The community hall was renovated in 2012, and a milestone for us was when our church celebrated its centenary back in 2006. So we have a very wide and an interesting kind of community, because a lot of people actually from Greece and Cyprus moved here in the UK in general, but also here in Cardiff and South Wales in the last decade. And several new businesses actually opened. Of course, we have quite a few well-established businesses that have been in operation for decades, like hairdressing salons, barber shops, nail bars, restaurants, and others. And of course, in the various universities that we have, like Cardiff University, Swansea University, University of South Wales, and Cardiff Metropolitan University, we have a number of academics and a plethora of students. And of course, we have highly trained medical professionals in our various hospitals, like the Heath Hospitals, London, etc. So, as I promised, it will not be tiring. It will be a little bit interactive as far as I can do it. And obviously, we do not, as far as we can able to see, these are early photographs. This from the early 20th century, and this is where the church can be seen. These are very, very old and difficult to find photographs. Most of these photographs that you can see here, they're actually on the booklet that's on your table, and in fact it has been a very creative and interesting process to design it, and I'm grateful to all our fellow committee members, like our president, Father Nicholas, and Father Anastasios Alapatas, who guided us also in order to produce this. And the various photographs that you can see there, they will be published as well on the online version of the program soon, and of course various others like from today. So the very first, the only priest that we have who actually died here and is buried in Cardiff is Father Gennadios Temelis, like a century ago. Rare as well photographs from the South Wales Echo back in 1929. I will skip some of the details. Anyway, it was a wedding, but it's very rare, as you can see here from the photograph, how old it is, and some information there. And of course, the clergy of the day, and the people who took part in the wedding. And again, I have a number of historic photographs. Some of you might recognize parents, grandparents, and even yourselves in some of these. I will skip some of the details. For example, though, I think this is very important. In 1952, the wedding of Michael and Anastasiou, this girl here, you will see actually how the shape of the effect, like it was like the embodiment.
Katerina Lanzos.
Exactly. Exactly. So the late Katerina Lanzou, who served as the president of the latest philanthropic association of the church for many decades. Here can be seen as a young girl, and you can see how she progresses, because in a way we are a living and breathing community, and this is reflected on these photographs.